22 News is your local election authority, and we have coverage spanning Western Massachusetts and beyond. Tonight, we take you live to the polls covering the most important local races, ballot questions, and House and Senate races. 22 News reporter Julia O'Keefe is live in Springfield tonight with a look at questions 1 and 2. Julia.
That's right, Nick. There are 5 questions on the Massachusetts ballots. They were certified back in July, and today it is finally time to answer them. On question 1, voters are choosing whether or not to allow the state auditor to audit the legislature. Yes, voters, like the auditor, say it will improve government transparency to know how taxpayer dollars are used, while no voters, like most of the legislature, say this is outside the auditor's scope and violates the separation of powers outlined in the Constitution. Then to question 2, which concerns the MCAS test as a high school graduation requirement.
In regards to the MCAS, anyways, our kids are obviously a bit older now in college, but we know a lot of friends that still have young ones and so forth, so I think that was an important one.
Yes, voters want to do away with the test as a requirement, saying it is not representative of all students' capabilities. No voters worry eliminating the test could lower the state's education standards. Now, these are the first 2 of the 5 ballot questions, and I'll have a breakdown of questions 3 and 4 on 22 News at 5:30. Working for you live in Springfield, Julia O'Keefe, 22 News. Nick Ciara, we broke down questions 1 and 2 on 22 News earlier this evening, and now we're looking ahead to questions 3 and 4. Question 3 asks voters to decide whether Uber and Lyft drivers should be allowed to unionize. Yes, voters want rideshare drivers to have the same union rights as other types of employees, while no voters say Uber and Lyft prices will skyrocket and that these drivers already make enough money. Then to question 4, which has to do with legalizing certain natural psychedelic substances. Yes, voters say these substances can be used for treatment for PTSD and other conditions and should be regulated by the state. No voters think there is not enough research and treatment will become expensive with the law. Voters at Greenleaf Community Center in Springfield today told us why these ballot questions are so important.
It has to do with psychedelic substance that is huge for mental health, anxiety, depression, unions for, people that Uber drivers or Lyft drivers. So they're very important questions for our community.
Voters also said it was helpful to have researched the questions before heading to the polls. And I'll be breaking down the 5th and final ballot question on 22 News at 6 p.m. But now, 22 News State House reporter Olivia Ray joins us live from Boston. She's covering the U.S. Senate debate. Olivia, what can you tell us?
And finally, on question 5, just over 65% of reported voters have voted no to keep existing laws regarding tip pooling and minimum wage, while 35% of voters have voted yes to raise the minimum wage for tipped workers.
22 News reporter Julia O'Keefe has been closely watching the results. She joins us live in studio tonight with a look at where we currently stand.
That's right, Nick Ciara. Massachusetts voters voted on these 5 questions alongside the presidential and legislative races. 22 News is working to update ballot question results as votes are reported, and you can view a complete breakdown of the ballot questions and these live results on our website, wwlp.com. Working for you live in studio, Julia O'Keefe, 22 News.